Hello, my dear friends. Have you ever wondered what life was like so many years ago? You're gonna find out today. Today, we're going back in time to the Stone Age. Let's go. Hi there. Welcome to the Stone Age. This is a very long time ago, before there were any cities or cars or even shoes. This was a very different time. The Stone Age lasted for a very long time, more than 2 million years. People have been living in caves for many thousands of years. They used sharp rocks to cut meat, and they used heavy rocks to smash nuts. Life in the Stone Age was very hard. People had to search for food every day. They also had to worry about wild animals and dangerous weather. But they were strong and clever, and they survived. They learned how to make fire, and this helped them to cook their food and keep warm at night. They also learned how to make tools from stones. And this helped them to do many things, like cut wood and meat and scrape animal skins. But the most important thing for them was their cave. The cave was their home, and they made it into a nice place to live. Inside the cave, they made paintings on the walls. They made these paintings with special paints that they mixed themselves. And you can still see some of these paintings in museums today. So if you want to learn more about the Stone Age, just go to a museum and look at those paintings. But now, let's go back to the Stone Age and meet some real people. Hi, my name is Oogah, and this is my family. We live in a cave, and my papa is showing me how to make a spear. A spear is a long stick with a sharp rock at one end, and we use it to hunt wild animals. I want to be a hunter when I grow up. I want to hunt big woolly mammoths. Woolly mammoths are large animals with long tusks, and they look like elephants, but they are not elephants. They are mammoths. We will use our spears to hunt them, and then we will eat their meat. My papa says that mammoths are very dangerous, but I am not afraid. I am a brave Stone Age boy. One day, Oogah and his father went hunting together. They walked behind a big rock and waited for an animal to come by. After a while, a woolly mammoth appeared. Oogah wanted to throw his spear, but his father stopped him. "Wait," he said. "It's too dangerous. A woolly mammoth can crush us easily!" Then the mammoth went away. Oogah and his father returned home without food. The next day, Oogah decided to go fishing. He took a long stick and a sharp rock and went down to the river. He put the sharp rock in the water and waited for a fish to come by. After a while, a big fish took the bait, and Oogah pulled it out of the water. It was a huge fish, and Oogah was very happy. He ran home as fast as he could to show his family the fish. "Look! I caught a fish!" he shouted. "We will have fish for dinner tonight." His mother and sister were very proud of him. "You are a real Stone Age hero," his mother said. One day, a terrible storm came. It rained for many days, and the river flooded. Oogah and his family were very scared. "What will happen to us?" his little sister asked. "Don't be afraid," said his mother. "We will stay in our cave, and the storm won't hurt us." So they stayed in their cave, and they were safe. After the storm, Oogah and his father went outside to see what happened. "Our crops are gone. The river is full of mud, and our fish are dead." "Don't worry," said his father. "We will find new plants to eat, and we will catch new fish." And that's what they did. They found new plants to eat, and they caught new fish, and they lived happily ever after. And now I will tell you a little bit more about the Stone Age. The first part is called the Paleolithic. It started about 2.6 million years ago. This was the time when the first humans appeared. These humans were very different from us. They lived in Africa, and they hunted animals and gathered plants. They also made simple tools from stones. It began about 12,000 years ago and ended about 8,000 years ago. During this time, the climate became warmer and drier. Plants and animals changed. People learned to farm crops and raise animals. They also learned to make better tools and weapons. In the third part, which is called the Neolithic, people learned to make polished stone tools. They built houses and started raising cattle. They also learned to make pottery and weave baskets. About 4,000 years ago, the Stone Age ended, and people started using metals like copper and bronze. This period is called the Bronze Age. let's talk a bit more about Stone Age tools. People in the Stone Age used a variety of tools made from different materials, such as stone, wood, and bone. One of the most common types of tools was the hand axe. It was made from a large piece of stone that had been chipped and sharpened to form a sharp edge. Hand axes were used for a variety of tasks, such as chopping wood, digging, and scraping. Another type of tool was the spear. It was a long pointed stick that was used for hunting animals. Spears could be made from wood or bone. They were often sharpened at both ends. People also used knives made from sharp pieces of rock or bone. Knives were used for cutting meat and plants, as well as for other tasks such as scraping and carving. In addition to these tools, people also used simple machines such as levers and pulleys to help them move heavy objects. Overall, the tools used in the Stone Age were incredibly useful and allowed people to perform tasks that would have been impossible without them. And now it's time to answer the most important question. What did people eat in the Stone Age? The diet of people in the Stone Age varied depending on their location and the available resources. Generally, they were omnivores, meaning that they ate both plants and animals. Some common foods included wild fruits and berries, nuts and grains, as well as meat from animals that they hunted. People in the Stone Age also used fire to cook their food, which made it safer to eat and more enjoyable. They may have roasted meat over an open fire or cooked vegetables by placing them near the fire, in addition to hunting and gathering. Some groups of people in the Stone Age began to domesticate animals and grow their own crops. This practice, known as agriculture, allowed them to have a more reliable food supply and led to the development of settlements and eventually cities. Overall, the diet of people in the Stone Age was likely diverse and adapted to the resources available in their environment. Friends, today we went back in time to the Stone Age and met some very interesting people. The cave was their home, and they made it into a nice place to live. Inside the cave, they made paintings on the walls. They made these paintings with special paints that they mixed themselves. And you can still see some of these paintings in museums today. If you want to learn more about the Stone Age, just go to a museum and look at those paintings. Bye! Bye!